Welcome back to ETRV. This week is exciting because we are finally hitting the road.
Well, we're doing a short trip.
This
is technically the shakedown before the real thing.
We're actually going to go for a 3-week trip into the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Great Smoky Mountain National Park to get a taste of fall because it is still pretty much in the 90s here in Florida and we are dying to get some cooler weather and to see some fall foliage. Well, we were planning on leaving earlier this week, but I got the stomach flu, which was awful. Yeah, this is like the closest we've been in about 2 days. But we also dropped off the RV to get work done.
I noticed as I was installing the shocks, the carrier bearing grease boots on the drive shaft were completely missing. And one of them was making kind of a whirring sound. So I was thinking that it would probably need to be replaced, and we were right. So we found a local shop. The guys at Millennium Tire Service were actually really accommodating, super cool dudes. But the drive shaft place held up the process for like 2 days. Everything we've done with this RV has taken longer than expected, which is why we're just now moving in now at the end of October instead of 3 months ago like we originally planned.
So we have a lot of projects left to do. We still have to do our entire solar setup. We still need to build the office and extend our pantry. But we're getting so much closer, and we decided to take a welcome break.
We're going to finish unpacking what we just drug out of the storage unit and try to find places in the van to stuff them.
Picture frames, decor. Ooh, this is going to look so good in the wall.
Well, there's all the cargo carrying capacity of the van right there.
Well, we're not bringing that with us.
We moved in.
We still have to sanitize our freshwater tanks. We need to install the fridge thingy-ma-bob.
That Dennis broke.
That Dennis broke. And we need to get the rest of the stuff organized and go back to the storage facility and get our door done. Mainly because this is a hot mess of a process. And we were like, oh yeah, we'll do it in a day. No, we won't. But we're getting there, little by little. Oh, let's go put our bed on.
You want to take the bed outside?
We can put the bed outside. Yeah, let's do it. The funny thing is, this is not our first time ordering a plush bed. We got this bed on our fifth wheel last time. And I actually installed the bed all by myself. But I don't know how I even did it because...
Isn't this one smaller?
It's very awkward. Yeah, this one's smaller too.
Well, we're about to take that out of the box. I'm going to take it out of the box before we take it into the van.
Okay, I'm going to need your help getting it out there. But if you are looking for an upgraded mattress, which I think is a must if you're going to be full-timing, this is not our first time going with this company. We actually got a plush bed last time on our fifth wheel as well because after like 4 months we had indentations in the terrible mattress they gave us. So we knew we wanted to upgrade, especially because our over-the-cab bunk was just foam. So that has got to go. And plush beds, not only do they not use any chemicals, they don't have formaldehyde in their mattresses or any off-gassing, which was really, really important for us. It's really comfortable, and they have custom RV sizes. So they already had the proper sizing, which is slightly smaller than a full or a queen would be for over the cab, which is where we're going to be sleeping. So it was a really easy purchase, and they're not outrageously expensive. So if you're interested in getting a plush beds, we do have a link down below. We are affiliated with them, so if you do purchase through that link, we will get a small kickback, but we appreciate it, and it's a way to help the channel. And we would mention plush beds regardless if we were affiliates or not. I think us purchasing it 2 times is showing you how much we actually love and use this product. So let's go get the bed on our cab, which will be interesting. Okay, oh, I got it. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Like a pro.
Moved a little bit of furniture before in my past lives. I'm gonna need help with this door though. So the plush bed is actually 8 inches and the original foam was only 5. So it's a few inches thicker, but I'm starting to notice, like, I think it's because you can kind of see a little blue strip here. That's like the soft memory foam on top of a little bit denser foam. So we'll ultimately be closer to the ceiling, but hopefully the curved shape of the overcap bunk will help us not hit the roof while we're turning around. So keep that in mind when you're ordering your plush bed. They do have, I think they call it the RV special, that's only 5 inches, but it is firmer than the classic memory foam style that we went with. If you're sticking in an overcap bunk and you've got an older coach that's got the flat roof in the overcap bunk, that might put you uncomfortably close to the ceiling. So just think about that.
My clearance is pretty tight, but we're just sleeping up here. I lay on my back and I like to turn frequently. Thus far I haven't hit the top at all. So I mean, it's not like we're hanging out up here just lounging, but it'll work for sleeping for sure. The other one was so firm and this one is like nice and soft. Your body weight is distributed evenly so it doesn't feel like pressure. I used to lay down and it would like hurt my lower back, and this is like so comfortable.
Yeah, well, it was like sleeping on a boat cushion.
It was very firm.
It was awful.
It was not comfortable, so I'm very glad.
It's time for the Beddies. Beddies. Those are fun.
We went with Beddy's because of ease, really. This is the upper bunk where we're going to be sleeping. We didn't want to have to make the bed every single time we, every morning, and every time we change the sheets, it would have been a pain in the tuchus to have a bottom sheet, a top sheet, then a comforter. So Beddy's is all in one. The sheet and the comforter are actually attached to each other through this zipper. So it's really easy for Dennis to have control of his side of the sheets, and I have my own zipper on the other side for controlling my side of the sheets, and making the bed in the morning is literally as easy as zipping. So we're very, very excited about having these. We've already slept in them once when we took our RV for like a little whirlwind trip when we were nowhere near ready, and they were so comfy. We ended up getting this like minky lined one, which is really, really soft and comfortable, but it is rather warm. So if you're a hot sleeper, we suggest avoiding the minky, even though it is so lovely and comfortable.
The things that the Beddies aren't gonna have are a top sheet. That's easily solvable. You could just get a top sheet and insert it underneath the comforter, which is the part that zips over the rest of it. If you're like me and you're a very hot sleeper, then you can throw the comforter off and just have a thinner top sheet, which is probably what we're going to end up doing. And I mean, I really love the Beddies though, because they do make making the bed such a simple thing to do, especially when it's as inconvenient as either a corner bed or an overcap bunk bed, because the whole thing just cinches around the mattress like a fitted sheet, but it's all in one. So super nice.
Organized the kitchen, we brought some of our clothes in, and we are going to go back to the storage facility and then go work on the pantry door. We have a friend who has a CNC machine, and they're going to be helping us with the build out of our desk and hopefully building out the pantry, but for now they're just going to help us put a new door on the pantry so all of our food doesn't go flying as we drive down the road.
So just in case you're wondering why we need a new pantry door in the first place, Fleetwood actually had about 1.5 inches worth of extra wood that was just stapled in and then finished over for the regular pantry, and then a small pantry door right here. It's totally unnecessary, and it kind of makes the pantry almost not usable because you couldn't even fit any normal sized drawer or blender base or anything through the small door. So I ripped out that piece of wood. And now we have to obviously make a bigger door to cover the wider opening that I've created. So the next item I want to tackle is sanitizing the freshwater tank. I've been doing a lot of research on how to actually get this done because I don't really like using bleach as a household cleaner. There are much more mild and safer options that do the same exact job as bleach, but bleach is kind of king when it comes to, one, saving time, and two, the actual effectiveness. I looked into sanitizing the freshwater tank with vinegar. The downside to vinegar is you have to get the vinegar up to 130 degrees at least for it to be as effective as bleach. So the question then becomes, how do I get 130 degree vinegar into the freshwater tank for it to do the same job as bleach? And that's kind of the hurdle that I don't really want to jump right now. I found a website that explains a little MacGyver trick to get hot water out of your hot water heater and then directly fill that into your freshwater tank. And obviously that's going to take a long time. So I'm going to go with bleach. I'm not really excited about it, but let's face it, all of the city tap waters, they use some sort of chlorinated system to sanitize the water that's coming into the house that we all drink out of the taps anyway. So I'm gonna sanitize it well, flush it a few times to get the bleachy smell out of the freshwater system, and there's that. So it doesn't take much bleach. It's about a quarter cup of bleach per 15 gallons of water. So we have a 30-gallon fresh tank, plus I'm going to be sanitizing the hot water heater as well. That's another 6 gallons. So I'm going to end up using a little over a half a cup of bleach total to sanitize the entire freshwater system inside of the Sprinter. So let's get started. Now, I'm just gonna let this run until water comes out of the overflow. Turn on the water pump, turn on all the faucets, and let bleach water come through all the lines. Let that sit for about 4 to 8 hours. Probably gonna drive the RV around so it'll slosh onto the top of the tank as well. And after that, we'll be good to go. Next item on the to-do list is replacing the drain cup and plug for the Dometic fridge. I tried to pull the old one out yesterday and effectively broke the drain pipe off of it, as you can see here. That's nice. But anyway, it was probably old and brittle and time to be replaced, so what better time than now? Pretty straightforward install. You literally just shove this through the back of the fridge where the hole is, then you go outside and you connect your drain tube that runs to the outside of the RV. And I'm probably going to go the extra mile just because Dometic suggested it. I'm going to take a little bit of butyl tape and just kind of putty around the back edge of the fridge where the pipe comes through, just to make everything as watertight and cooling efficient as possible.
We are so close to completing our entire checklist. A bunch more stuff got added to the list on top of our original list, but right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more things before we feel like we are fully ready to hit the road, which is exciting.
Which is exciting.
I don't know if you can see behind us, but it actually is like coming together.
It's starting to feel livable.
Yes, and things are all put in their place right now. Like we have a full kitchen, our pantry's stocked, our clothes are in here.
We have most of our stuff like in here already.
We do. I'd say we have 75% of our stuff other than the office, a few games, books, things like that still belong. We have more decorating to do, but we're coming along and we are ready for this trip. For cooler weather.
Yes.
For scooter riding.
Yes, all of that. Leaf peeping, cooler weather, and Blue Ridge Parkway scooter riding.
I also love that we thought this was going to happen in a day and it ended up taking us a week, but 'tis life.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing our first, I guess, night in the RV with stuff moved in here, kind of a dry run in the backyard tomorrow night. And then we're going to hit the road in 2 days and we're going to be heading toward northern Georgia and North Carolina.
Until then, stay tuned and we will see you next week.
Do you like our new clothespins?
There was a few little maintenance things that I was planning on doing in the driveway, like the rear brakes, and what else did he do? But well, I couldn't have done that.
Siphon vent? What is it called? The thing. The other thing he did that was down and it's circular. What's it called?